G'day and hello friends, it is Milmo here, and look what we've got in store for us. Days Gone By number 2, act number 2 coming up now. Now, like I said in the first previous act, that was an all zombie stage, as you could see by the little symbol there. I get a bit neglectful in looking at that, so I sort of guessed that it was all zombies, and it in fact was all zombies. This one will be a mixture of both zombies and people. We're kicking off things here with the first stage with zombies again. Now, as you can see, running the same team led by one of my Ezekiels, one of my less upgraded Ezekiels, pretty much I've barely touched him, Ezekiels, and then he's surrounded by a bunch of 4-star Jesuses, which, who doesn't like a 4-star Jesus? He was one of the epic favourites when this game first came out, and probably one of the most overused characters when the game comes out. People still probably want him and favoritise him as one of the better 4-stars. I personally think he's probably went down in the ranks in regards to his value as one of those better 4-stars, but he is still a good multi-hitter, still a good yellow multi-hitter. His rush, you can argue, maybe a bit too slow now, but you know, he's still good, like I said. And as per promise for these Act 1 and Act 2 of this Days Gone By, I'm going to be using doubling up on the medium boosters. So we've got Shane in there, who is also a medium booster, along with Ezekiel. So we're just doubling up to see if we can get any tokens in these earlier stages, or whether it's just looking like it's going to be the last 2 stages of every act that you're going to be able to farm for these extra not elite, anniversary tokens. So if you want to, that's how it's looking, that if you want to farm for these anniversary tokens, you're going to have to farm the last 2 stages of each act, is the way it's heading. So we've got here, once again, we've got another 2 medium boosters. We've got Ezekiel in here and Annie, so we'll see if anything drops in this one in regards to token. First stage we have Big Nutter, so second hopefully we have something and not nothing again, and we'll just see. But like I said, I think from what everyone's been saying and how this is going, it seems that only the last 2 stages of every act are going to be the ones that you're going to be able to farm for them anniversary tokens. But other than this, these guys are smashing through these zombies. First few stages have been zombies, which is completely what my team is set up for. They are a crit slaying zombie team, I guess you could say. I was going to actually leave my Jesuses all with their boots, so they were kicking everyone. I think my brother asked me to actually make a video of just Jesus kicking everyone, so him without a weapon, just with his stock weapon there of his boot, kicking everyone. So that will be coming out soon. If you're interested to actually see that funniness, it will be coming out soon. I promised him I would do that, so I will do that. So we're going to see a lot of high kicking action, I guess, from Jesus in the future. So once again here, doubling up on the medium booster, we'll go Ezekiel and Hirsch here and see if we can get any of these tokens to drop in these earlier stages. Got another bunch of zombies here, so I know the icon on the front does say zombie and peoples, but on the earlier stages here we've got a lot of zombie stages. So like I said, that is preferably what my team wants to kill, so I am happy about this. I'll probably pretty much leave this team for the people stage and just see how it goes. Maybe a bit of a struggle, but yeah, we'll get through it. We'll be right. We'll just wing it. We'll be right. It's nothing too bad that we can't handle, hopefully. We've got like 4 multi-hitters, so surely, even though he's only got the normal OP, when he's maxed out, most of mine, of course, in the yellow shirts or maroon shirts, whatever you want to call those shirts, whatever colour they are, maroon, red, mixed, orange, I don't know, whatever colour that shirt is, they're pretty much, them 3 are not fully upgrading in regards to their rushes, so they're going to be extremely slow, but hopefully that multi-hitting, big hitting Jesus will be enough, or Jesuses will be enough to actually get me through that people stage. We'll see. First 3 acts have been zombies, which has been working in my favour. We'll see when these people pop up, and I'll have to hopefully fluke my way through it and not lose too many players, being that I've got a fairly average team now. I've literally went to the bottom of the crop in regards to my roster and just chose whatever, which is what I sort of do for these videos, we won't choose a medium booster here, we'll just choose a small booster, because like I said, I don't actually think I don't know if anything's going to drop anyway, so a small medium booster should be more than enough to get some tokens if they're going to drop, but we will see. And yeah, we'll keep going this zombie slaying team. We're doing pretty good. Like I said, for these videos, I do tend to go to the bottom of my roster. I know some people like to see some of my top grade teams, so I try and mix it up here and there, but I don't know, I sort of like challenging myself. Sort of good when I lose a few players. And I know you're probably thinking, why? But I'm so used to using S1++ teams and just flying through stages. It's nice to actually, you know, go down to the lower grade teams and use these players I don't regularly use, and like give them a go and just see how it works and sort of work out strategies for them and how to use them again, because you know, when you first start playing this game, you're learning how to use your teams and strategy and what's best and what not to do and things like that, and when you've been playing it for a while and you've got these S1++ teams, it's very hard to stuff up. And I honestly mean that. I have a reviver, so it's very hard for me to stuff up in regards to raids and also these stages. It's honestly is a very hard thing when you got a top of the line team that is very deadly, and especially when you got a reviver, it's very hard for you to actually stuff up and get things wrong. So I guess it's one of those things where I just sort of like challenging myself and putting myself in that, throwing myself literally into the fight and not knowing whether my team's good enough or not, and just trying to dogfight my way out and try and work out how to get through it without having these big hitters or these big revivers or these big shields or anything that's like this. It always makes things a bit tougher, and we've got our first people stage here, so here we go. This is going to be a fun time. And we've got the problem with I did bring in Joshua for this and not a medium booster, just purely because I'm going to actually need that extra defense and attack, because my team it's below par. We'll just say it's below par, and I'm going to need those battle items also. So as you can see, like the problem with these Jesuses is then the rushes ain't fully upgraded and they're not fully upgraded, so that it's not going to take much to kill them, so I've got to be wary of that. And I've also got to be wary that I am taking on alerts, and I do have 2 strong, so like I said, Ezekiel's not upgraded, he's only tier 1 level 36, so you just got to be wary of that. I've got to be wary of it right now and sort of work my way around it, and hopefully that these big hitting Jesuses can get me through these stages without taking on too much damage. Like I said, I like doing this, I like throwing things in, I like having teams that I'm not used to, teams that probably aren't the best teams, but it makes me have to rethink things through and sort of work out how I'm going to get through these stages and keep alive, which I like doing. I think if I was purely just bringing in and fast forwarding through with my S1++ teams and things like that, it would just get boring, and the game will, I think, probably wear off very quickly for me. So that's why I like doing this and bringing in different teams and challenging myself like that. Actually, I feel that fairly easy. Jesus was enough. Those big hitting Jesuses, they were brutal then. They just saved me like big time. They saved Ezekiel big time. But per usual, thank you for watching.